This is Primordial Empire. This is a very peculiar management colony sim style game where effectively you are in charge of a bunch of these little amoeba stem cell style things. Anyway, I'm Orbital Potato. Let's see what's going on. Right, so we start with not very much going on. I mean, there's quite a lot going on the screen, but in terms of what's happening in the world, there's not very much at all. We have some objectives up in the top left-hand corner. We've got our resources up here, which I will be explaining in due course. But down here, we have what is referred to as our colony heart. And this is where all of these little sort of stem cells spawn from. They come from the colony heart. We have got plasma. Plasma is the most basic type of resource. It is produced by the stem cells, and it is distributed by this sort of node right here. So, this is going to be very, very strange, but we're going to sort of just roll with it. I'm going to jump into the tabs down at the bottom here. These are effectively my buildings, and I'm going to be expanding my colony in due course. We're going to build a couple of these micro-agaves. This is going to dispense food particles, and this is what the stem cells like to eat. So effectively, if I place down a couple of these over here, then we should be able to... Beautiful. Look at that. Create a little bit of a garden here, and this is going to spew out food particles, and that is going to feed my stem cells. So, I've planted 4, actually. This is going to work quite nicely as a demonstration as to why what we do is important here. But if I click on this micro-agave, we can actually see, in order to generate calories, we generate calories from the fertile soil, i.e. the green soil around here, and also the little light. So effectively, as soon as we give ourselves energy, boom, we stockpile it, and then we turn the energy into little bits of food, which you're kind of probably going to be able to see, like... Yeah, there we go. These are the little sort of bits of food. However, because this micro-agave was not within the proximity or the immediate proximity of the colony heart, we were therefore not able to ensure that it survives. We've got a couple of different tools at our disposal here. One is the recycle tool, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, let's get a few more micro-agaves here, just so that we can encourage our population growth just a little bit more thoroughly. And then let's look at seeing what else we have in the world. Okay, this is kind of interesting. There's a few things to sort of note. There is a crystal deposit up here, very interesting. There is a nutrient-rich cyst over here, which produces proteins. That is my second sort of resource that I am going to be chasing. There's a lot of darkness, there's a lot of stuff that we want to try and explore. Let's talk about some of the tools that I have at my disposal. I have got the ability to place down food rations. Food rations are sort of single-use things. We place them down, much like the micro-agave, it spits out food, like so. And it allows us to increase our population, but it's only going to be for a temporary amount of time. The recycle tool, we've already used that. We can use an attractive pheromone. This is going to do something quite handy. It's going to allow me to encourage my stem cells to go in a certain direction, and that is particularly useful for exploring the bleak world that is around us. Okay, you can see that there is a sort of limited range that we have. This is the range from my colony heart right at the center here. That is the sort of extent that I can give instructions. Ooh, okay, looks like there's light coming down from over here. That's kind of interesting. All of the food is being pumped up into the air. That is looking good. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff happening. Not much of it is super useful right now. Let's talk about expansion and how we expand in this game. If I jump into storage and distribution, we can build something called a vesicle hub. This is basically a node that allows us to transmit. I'm going to build 2 of them, actually. This is going to allow us to transmit resources directly from the colony, as long as it is within line of sight. It also spawns its own brand new kind of resource collector thing called a vesicle. It takes HP in 15 seconds to grow, sets aside ingredients, etc. But this is a distribution point for plasma, and that is as I say, our most basic resource. That's our distribution point. That's kind of cool. It also means that we can set up some additional sort of exploration down here. We can set some more pheromone sort of points and hope that a few more stem cells are going to get attracted over here. Maybe put that down there. Beautiful. Okay, there's a few more resources over here. We want to explore this. There's a crustacean remain over here. There's light up here. That's kind of interesting. That's good. There's definitely more stuff to explore down here. There's definitely more stuff to explore over here, too. Let's see if we can try and expand, and we'll build some more hubs. Right about there. And right about there. As well as, hopefully, somewhere up here. Beautiful. Okay, that is looking pretty darn good. Let's let that all get built up and see where that leaves us. Okay, we've discovered a little bit more of the world. This is quite interesting. Couple of different sort of things to note. What I'm most excited about is light up here. Light is a super valuable resource, as I've already mentioned, because it allows us to place these micro agaves, and that allows us to produce food. We have a couple of other objectives that we are going to follow through on. For example, building a protein... What the heck is that over there? A toxic fungal patch. Non-resistant cells will quickly perish here. Okay. That's a little bit less than ideal, but at least we've sort of got the intel. That's kind of good to note. Right. What am I thinking? Oh yeah, we need to build a protein incubator. A protein incubator works exactly as you might expect. It literally just makes protein. However, we need to do two specific things. We need to build it on a fertile patch, and we also need to build it in darkness. So this area looks absolutely perfect. We place down those three. The resources are going to be supplied and collected by this vesicle hub, which is grand. And as soon as we are all up and running, we should be good, excellent, and you just need a little bit of plasma, and the plasma should be forthcoming from the vesicle hub. At least that is the dream. And then once that is all in place, we should be good. Oh, I tell you what, I mean, I'm going to need to build another hub point down here anyway, so let's build this. Let's build that there. If we build that there, then we're definitely going to be able to supply this this protein thing with what it needs. There we go. We should start to see. Perfect. The plasma gets supplied because it's all connected back to the colony heart with line of sight. So that's looking good. Oh, it's all connected up at the bottom down here. That's good to note. We've explored a little bit more to the north. That's great. Feeling good. Anyway, so what's happening with these protein incubators? These protein incubators take plasma, which is grand, and then using the fertile ground, which is that green stuff that I was already mentioning, and darkness, they are going to produce proteins. And in fact, I can do some more protein production over here, can't I? I absolutely can. So 3 more bits of protein. Great, bang that down, and you know what? We'll get a little bit more protein over there for good measure. We do need a lot of protein. Protein is really, really important. We're running a little bit low on the old... we're running a little bit low on the old plasma at the moment, so I think what we need to try and do is try and get ourselves access to some more stem cells. Now, more stem cells basically means we need to provide stem cells with more food, and providing stem cells with more food is, well, I mean, it's fairly easy to do. We just need to make sure that we have the right plants, for example, the micro agave, and we need to make sure that we have it in the right place. I am going to build a bunch of these plants over here. Beautiful. And a bunch more. That's looking good. Wild agave produces food more slowly, but that's fine. We don't necessarily need to worry about that too much at the moment. The point is, though, is that if we are able to get a whole bunch of food up here, then stem cells, hopefully, are going to come up here, and therefore they are going to... they're going to produce me lots and lots of plasma, which is kind of the dream. What we can also do is we can also get, for example, this attractive pheromone, and we can say, hey, we're about to have loads and loads of food up here, and we've only got 1 or 2 stem cells. So instead, let's create a waypoint system for all of our stem cells to get attracted up here. Now, I have selected the number of cells that will be attracted to this point. I've set it at 12. So we're going to start the process of moving loads and loads and loads of stem cells up here. And therefore, there should be plenty of food to eat. And everybody should be happy. And I'm going to get loads and loads of plasma. And we're not just going to have 0 plasma sitting in the bank. There we go. Our first stem cells are arriving in this food-rich environment. Absolutely love to see it. This is looking great. I'm going to build another hub point over here in just a second. But we're going to need everybody to chow down on all of the food that we've got here, please. Lots and lots of food. Who's starving? Somebody's starving. Some plant is starving. That's fine. Either way, eat. Everybody eat. Split. Stem cells split. Enjoy the plasma. Eat it. Gobble it up. And we'll hopefully place some more plants over here as soon as we have the opportunity to do so, in fact. Yeah, sure. Well, we can place one plant. That'll do for now. What the heck is this? Vertebrae remains. Okay, that's cool. Look at this. Look at this. We got a lovely little sort of vibrant mini colony up here as well as down here. Now that we have sort of achieved this sort of critical mass of stem cells, I'm reasonably confident that we're going to be able to maintain them up there for not forever maybe necessarily in these quantities, but this is a good sort of like little conurbation that we've got going on here. Right, we've talked about plasma, we've talked about protein, let's talk about minerals. Minerals are produced by mineral extraction. There's a couple of different ways that we can do that. One is through the mineral extractor. This is a large plant that has jagged roots that extracts minerals from crystal patches, and its upkeep requires feeder cells. Well, I tell you what, let's go and build this, because we have the mineral patch over here. So that's good. We're also going to require feeder cells in order to do this. This completes the basic food chain. It spawns feeder cells that eat stem cells or amino berries and in turn feed other plants. And as such, one of the plants is the plant that I am about to grow, which is very, very important. As you can see, symbiotic feeding is required in order to produce energy, and that is required in order to produce crystals. So, if I build this, we are going to see some of our stem cells get chomped up by the feeder hub, which is perfectly fine. We've also completed our objective, which is very nice. But the point is that as soon as we have made our feeder cell, which is just happening right now, beautiful, we will start eating stem cells, and therefore we will start punting that into the mineral extractor. It might die. If it does die, we'll have to just build it again. But frankly, I can deal with that. Feeder cell, come on, deliver the goods. That's what we need. There we go. The goods are being fed. Fantastic. The mineral extractor is officially mineral extracting, which is grand and glorious. Am I not on a crystal patch? We're also not mature yet, so that's fine. Let's see if we need to actually put it on the crystal patch or if we can kind of just leave it here. It'll be mature in just a second, though, so not looking too bad there. Anyway, that's one of the ways that we can get minerals. There's another way that we can get minerals, and the other way that we can get minerals is by building a grubber burrow. Yeah, we can build little crustacean sort of style plants, and in fact, I will do that. Is this gonna work? I really hope so. So the answer is no, it didn't. I need to place this one on the crystal patch. So get rid of that, build it up here. That's fine. Okay, something else that we can do that will help everything and everyone is we can actually spawn new feeder cells for each and every one of these plants. It's going to take a bunch of energy, which is obviously going to require protein, because here we turn protein into energy, and then we're going to turn energy into, boom, 2 brand new feeder cells, which should mean that we will be able to supply everything just that little bit quicker. With the exception of minerals, we're looking pretty darn good. I can also get a mineral extractor down here if I have the space for it. I don't think I do. Yeah, not enough headroom. That's slightly problematic. Yeah, okay, well, no worries. I guess this is where we're going to put some grubbers. And that's kind of cool. I can't wait to show off the grubbers. Okay, my mineral extractor is doing a fine job. The minerals are being spat out as soon as we finish the process here. As you can see, boom, the mineral goes right there. And then it should be picked up by one of the hubs, with this vesicle sort of style thing, and then it's taken back to the hub and added to our stockpile. Very nice indeed. Okay, let's have a little look at grubbers and grubber burrows. Now, these guys are a little bit more sort of resource intensive, but they are really darned useful. So what we're going to do, actually, I need to bring a stem cell down here, don't I? Yeah, let's get some resources down here. In order to get this built, we need to activate it with a stem cell. There's a random stem cell coming across here. That might be the one that helps us build this thing, but it might die before it gets there. It does indeed die before it gets there. That's fine. Either way, we got some stem cells that are coming down. Boom, perfect. We get it built, and the rest of the stem cells can just die around here. That's fine. Anyway, the point is that these grubbers, they do consume minerals, so that's not exactly ideal. However, we are hatching some grubber spawn right now. We're hatching 2 of them, and these guys are little, I guess, like prawns, like little krill style thing, and we basically assign them to various different mineral deposits, or indeed, where's the other one? Or this thing over here, a protein deposit, and we're able to yoink ourselves some minerals and or proteins, which is really quite handy. As I say, it does cost minerals to upkeep, so not exactly ideal, but I'm fine with it. Let's get another one over here, if it's all possible. I mean, this is such a good sort of mineral-rich area that I'm really quite keen to exploit it as much as I possibly can. Let's bring some more of the stem cells down here. Beautiful. And we'll just throw more grubbers into all of these different little crystal patches. It is going to be resource positive eventually, but for now, we're going to need to do a little bit of extraction before we sort of pay back all of the costs of expanding here. But it'll be well worth it in the long run, because this is a really sort of rich mineral area. There's also, like, more to explore down here, and I have yet to do that. Tell you what, why don't we set another sort of pheromone signal down there, in the hope that some of the stem cells that are coming down make it to explore down here? No, maybe wishful thinking. Anyway, we've completed our objectives, so let's tick that box. Grow the colony to 30 biomass and achieve plus 15 protein balance. So, biomass is effectively a measure of how big the colony is. You can see that we basically get it from building buildings, which is kind of cool, I think. We've also got complexity, and that is at 0 at the moment. I've already completed my objective to get well ahead on protein, which is good. We now need to build an enzyme distillery to unlock advanced plants and star ratings. Cool. I also think that I want to explore a little bit more, right? I really do. Let's see if we can try and maybe get a little bit... I'm probably going to have to place another hub up here. I think we've unlocked some more plants. Yeah, we definitely have unlocked more plants. I'm going to have to get... It's a little bit challenging because it's not within line of sight. That could go there. That could go there. And then that can go all the way over there. How about that? And then what about something over here? Yeah, it seems like a little bit wasteful to be building so many of these hubs around here. But frankly, it kind of has to be done, I think. Right. Anything else that I want to get done right now? I mean, I do want to sort of set the explore points. There we go, set some pheromone areas. Looks like we've sort of explored up to the top of the world. This is a lit sort of area. That's quite nice. That's some resources that are just floating over there. There's also some more stuff happening over here that I've not really investigated that much. I think we're going to build another sort of distribution hub down here somewhere. Yeah, let's do it. And then see if we can try and explore more what's going on down there. Ooh, another mineral patch. That is nice, because my mineral situation is far from great. Needs a feeder hub and stem cells nearby. Yeah, that's okay. We can make that happen. Get that built. And give me a feeder hub here. Beautiful. Is that within range? that hub is not quite within range of where we need to be. So let's get another hub over there. That's looking good. And then it's just a case of leading some stem cells over to here, which should allow everything to get built in due course. Very nice. Okay, looks like this mineral plant over here is just going to be too challenging to maintain. I think we're just going to have to accept defeat for now. There are a couple of other things that I can and will do in order to eventually get going up here, but for now we're just going to have to accept that. Yeah, I apparently have unlocked a couple of additional buildings. We've unlocked the plasma pod, we've unlocked the protein pod, and the mineral pod. Effectively, that increases my max storage of each respective item. Requires a direct link, and it needs to grow next to a vesicle thing, which I can, I guess, build one of those there. I can build a protein pod here. It requires light in order to operate. Build that over there. And a mineral pod. I didn't even check what that actually requires. Upkeep is feeder cells. Well, we've got feeder cells over here. Because I have the vain idea that I might be able to get the feeder cells in order to supply a brand new mineral hub that I'm building over here. I'm also going to toggle on 2 additional feeder cells, which is great. Because I need to be chowing down on the stem cells over here in order to get this all up and running. Now, there are some DNA particles here that can just be sort of collected by the hub, by the vesicle hub. That's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not really something that we need to worry about altogether too much. It's just a sort of point to note. I'm also going to see if I can try and build this enzyme distillery. We need 40 protein in order to do this, which means that I'm going to need a bunch of additional protein pods, because that will give me, what, 10 additional storage? I mean, yeah, what did I say it was? It'll give me increases protein storage, yeah, up to a capacity of plus 10. We need light in order to do it. Well, let's build that up here. Yeah, that's good. In fact, let's build 2 up there. And I think that should just work. Yeah, I think that should just work. As long as the protein eventually gets across to there, we should have no issues. Yeah, because we produce plenty of protein thanks to our sort of underwater covert operation down here. I haven't even set any of the grubbers to do any protein harvesting, but I suppose I could. But we don't really need it. Anyway, stem cells are not building this at the present moment. So let's drag a few across here. Beautiful. There should be plenty. I know this is a very food-rich environment, but we're not exactly going to destroy the entire ecosystem by moving a few stem cells across here. It's just helpful. Build the mineral pod. Build the mineral extractor. Beautiful. Okay, so I've set up a waypoint that will allow stem cells to get over to the hub that I'm trying to build over here. Unfortunately, it just doesn't look like they're going to survive, hence why I'm going to build some food there, but they just got absolutely annihilated by the feeder cells. So that's, yeah, suboptimal, to say the least. Maybe I want to drag them through this way instead. Let's see. Sure. Let's get them down here, and let's set some food waypoints. Set some food waypoints up along the way. Now, that is going to use up the rest of our food rations. However, there is a food ration building that we can get. A provisioner bud. We need a direct link, which is fine. And this is going to allow us to produce food rations, which I'm very interested in doing. And I don't think we can stick it under the water, which is, or under the water. Everything's under the water. We can stick it in the darkness. That's fine. But that should theoretically allow me to nab a few additional. I'll turn this on too. This is plasma powered now, which is just going to consume additional plasma in order to build things more quickly, which is good. And that's going to give me some food every so often, which is fine. Oh, look, we managed to get down here. Very nice. Okay, so this is it for the world down here. That's fine. Everybody is about to die. All of these stem cells that I have cultivated down here, they're about to die because there's no food. But that's okay. At least we can collect some of this DNA. That's fine. Right. We have completed our main objective to get the enzyme distillery, or at least we've unlocked the resources that we need. I am going to make sure that we build this in the light somewhere. The problem is we are relatively limited with regards to the amount of space that we can build it in. Sure. I'm going to build it up there. It's a little bit annoying because we can't actually see it, but frankly, that's the price of doing business. Let's get that built. Hopefully, we can move some stem cells across here. Beautiful. Move some stem cells across there. Get that built and see what that means for us. Okay, it is officially built. Looking good. However, we need to deliver protein to it. And we can, of course, and we will, of course, deliver protein from the nearest hub. However, we only have one delivery mechanism. That is the vesicle. I'm going to charge up 2 more of them, which I think is the right thing to do. And we'll be able to deliver, what is it, 3 protein that we need in order to create an enzyme. Cool. All right, let's go to the next stage. Achieve 18 biodiversity by cultivating various plants. Well, we're already 11 out of 18. Achieve 100 biomass and complexity. Achieve 150 or 200. Plus, we've unlocked some new, different, and interesting buildings. Are we moving any of the protein across here yet? I don't believe so. I do hope we will, though. I do hope we will. Okay, the plant is now mature. There we go. We're picking up the protein. That is the green balls from the hub. We are moving that over to the enzyme distillery. We're getting that all locked and loaded. Brilliant. And then we start the process of making an enzyme. Just like that. What do you know? Boom. We've nabbed ourselves an enzyme. Fantastic. Okay, it still needs to be delivered back to the hub, but that's okay. Salt. A strategic resource found in the salt barren biome. Must be imported to other biomes. Toxins. Must be imported to other biomes. And sulfur. Right. That's fine. Is there any more exploration that we want to do? I feel like there absolutely is. We've also unlocked some new plants. Berry grass produces amino berries, a delicious and healthy alternative to stem cells. This process is calorie intensive. This is a very interesting plant because it will allow me... I'm going to build a few over here, I think. We don't have many enzymes, so it's quite a rarity that we're able to make this happen. But if I build these over here, right? The point of doing this is that effectively it's going to give us a food source in the darkness away from the algae. There we go. Let's bring that down here. Away from the algae, that means we can hopefully have a little sort of micro stem cell colony over here, which is important because we need the feeder cells, and we need the feeder cells in order to power the mineral mine that I want to put up there. We need 3 stem cells for these plants. Hopefully the feeder hub does not actively destroy them. I'll actually turn it off just for now. I've also put down two meals, 2 provisioned meals. So, you know what? Hopefully we'll have a lovely little colony here in no time at all. There we go. Just a little bit more. Beautiful. Okay, berry grass is growing. That is great. We've got the enzyme. We need a little bit of protein, but the protein can be supplied from the hub over here. And in fact, I'll activate 2 additional supplies there. This is looking good. We can turn on plasma powered if we want to. Sure, I'll turn on plasma powered just so that we can try and pump out as much food as we possibly can. We need a bunch of energy in order to make it all work. We also need the plant to be mature, and the plant is not mature yet. But as soon as it is, we should be able to start spewing out little bits of food, which is very, very nice indeed. Right, what other plants do I have here? Carnivorous protein factory. It eats stem cells and generates protein. Interesting, but maybe not what we're after. What is that? Hold on. This is a genetic sampler. We need 100 biomass in order to build the darn thing. But that's cool. That'll do something. A neuron. Close by neurons connect to form a network that can exchange and process information. This is how complexity is generated. It requires plasma. Okay. Let's build this over here. I want to see it. I want to see it in action. Right, how's this all looking? What do we need? Enzyme density insufficient. Yeah, so we just don't have enough enzyme production in order to keep that up and running, do we? Yeah, so I'm going to need to find somewhere else to put an enzyme factory. Let's see if I can try and do that. Okay, here is okay for an enzyme factory. It doesn't need to be in direct light, which is the main thing. As we can see, the plants are now operational. Brilliant. We're getting ourselves some energy. Fantastic. And these things here, these are the berries. These are the berries that are currently just chilling there. Let's see if we can try and drag across some more stem cells. Beautiful. And see if anybody decides to take us up on our very intriguing offer. Okay, we got the start of a good little thing going over here. I mean, it's not massive, but it's something at least. We got a couple of stem cells that are just sort of chilling. This one looks to be about to split, which is quite nice. There we go. We got 2 brand new stem cells. There's a little bit of food already over here. That is the berries, which is nice. And keep on eating. Absolutely keep on eating. This is great. This is fantastic. Keep on chowing down. This is what we want to see. This is good. This is very good. Nice. Okay, so supposedly, I'm an idiot. These berry grasses, these amino berries, which do, if I destroy them, they do turn into food. So that is definitely something that they do. However, it's, I guess, primarily for feeder cells that they are good, because it means that they don't have to feed on stem cells. So we don't have to drag the stem cells across here and create a colony. Instead, we are able to just nab ourselves another mineral extractor up here, and then once we get the stem cells across here, we will be able to get this all up and running. That would be the ideal sort of situation with regards to these things. I've also placed down a couple of neurons. This is giving me a little bit of complexity because we've got +3 longest chain bonus, +7 total neuron connections, which is quite nice. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Any other plants that I want to build? Carnivorous protein factory. Yeah, I want to get one of these things. I don't know where, because I don't really have much space at all. Here is fine. Sure, we need a heck of a lot more protein. I don't know why I'm not managing to produce protein, but I guess that is the case. I am going to see if I can get, I mean, literally, tons of protein down here. Beautiful. What about space in here? We don't have enough, apparently. That's fine. But that's okay. We can make this all happen fairly easily, I think, if we just get a little bit more protein. There's also the opportunity for protein down here. I'm going to set some more sort of waypoints around a little bit. We need to get more stem cells. We clearly need more plasma. There's quite a lot that is being consumed at the moment, but that's fine. There we go. Our mineral extraction operation is up and running. That's very good. We should have more proteins in just a second once my stem cells arrive down there, which I have yet to set up, but that's fine. Come on. Okay, still struggling to keep our plasma up. I've turned off my neuron network, which does mean that it's going to starve, but it was just consuming so much plasma, and we just need way more of it. So I have an idea. I'll show you what I want to do. I'm going to build some agave over here. Yeah, fine. Why is that not working? Yeah, build some micro agave here. Great. Now, this is good. Half of it has light, which is, of course, fine. That's what we like to see. We like light. Let's get, waypointed system over here so that we can allow it to grow. Good. We like light. However, there is another way that we can supply the resources that we need to this facility. And it is quite ingenious. It is through the feeder. And if I build the feeder, which I will do right here, and in fact, I'll build 2. If I build 2 feeders there, we can actually click on the micro agave plant, and we can say, hey, we can turn on symbiotic feeding, which allows feeder cells to transfer their excess calories to the plant. Feeder cells must be fully grown, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, effectively, we're going to have feeder cells which are eating stem cells and then supplying the resources back into the plants. There we go. Now, you do technically need light, but as long as the feeder cells are up and running, we should be good. We've already got the crop growth thanks to the fertile ground. Let's get that all done. I'll also throw down some additional food rations just for the sake of it. Sure, throw that in. I've also got my carnivorous plant, which I had turned off, but I will now turn back on. That ended up dying, but that's okay. Are all these going to end up dying? Are we going to end up losing out because we can't get the symbiotic feeding up and running quick enough? Well, we might. But it's a chance that I'm willing to take. Right. I want to explore a little bit more. I feel like we're almost there. Let's get a further little hub over here. That's good. Okay, this is absolutely not worked as well as I hoped. However, it is kind of working. There have been a few casualties, but frankly, we need way more food out here. We need a critical mass of food from up top before we're going to be able to get all the stuff sort of from down below going. But the good news is that it is working. It's just a little bit janky. It's a little bit janky. There we go. Bring them all in. Bring them all in. Bring everybody through over here. That's what we're after. How's this all looking? That's all dead. That's fine. We don't care. Can I get some more provisioner buds? We need to grow them next to these vesicle hub things. But I can probably do that over here and maybe over here. I can grow one there. That's fine. Right. How's this looking? Can I grab maybe one or two to just come down and have a little look at the distance that we have yet to explore? Okay. Looks like there's some more DNA. I think that's the full map, by the way. So we can still extract DNA from these things. We can extract protein from there. We can extract minerals, protein, and DNA. Doesn't look like salt is on the map. That's fine. That's okay. Right. Can we clean this up and then try again? Now that we've got a lot more sort of food stem cell activity over here, I'm quite interested in seeing if we can try and make something of this. So, I mean, it is kind of working. It is very, very much kind of working. Definitely not a major source of food, because it does require all of our feeders to be concerned with supplying food. But you know what? It's given us additional plasma, which is what matters. Right. Now time to turn our attention to whatever we're doing up here. Achieve 18 biodiversity by cultivating various plants. So I want to see if I can try and get the Lancet hive. We need poison in order to do that. And in order to get poison, I need to get a toxin harvester. Okay. That means I'll need DNA, and DNA can be gathered from down here, as well as the crustacean that is just ready to go. I mean, can I just... I don't know how far these guys are going to fly, or swim, I suppose, but maybe try putting them into there. Try putting them into here. Just try putting them into everywhere. And if not, if we need to build more of them, then that's what I'll do. We've got a stem cell that is at the ready nearby, so we can get the job done. Let's get another one for good measure, and we'll see if we can try and train up some DNA harvesting grubbers. This experiment has worked like 50%, by the way. It's a weak 50%, I gotta be honest. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We've also got all of these things to get. This should all be in range, so we shouldn't really have any issues. No vesicle hub in range or line of sight. I mean, that's a lie, right? Maybe I need to build this here in order to get it to work. Remove this mineral pod. And then build a hub right over here. Sure. Right. We should be collecting loads and loads of DNA right now. Like, we absolutely should be well on top of our DNA situation. I'm gonna drag some more stem cells across here for the last time, I hope. Because I don't want to deal with it anymore. That's fine. Get the DNA, get the 20 DNA, get the... Where is it? Yeah, get the toxin harvester. Beautiful. We'll also need to rebuild our mineral pod. Wherever the heck that was. Upkeep is feeder cells. Build it right next to a feeder cell then. Fine. Good. Good. Okay, I think it's time that we probably recycle these machines here. These grubbers are not doing anything particularly useful, quite frankly, and they're just costing me minerals. And I'm going to get rid of you as well, for the simple reason that we only have one protein left there, and also, who cares, it's just protein. I have protein coming out the wazoo, and frankly, I need more minerals, I need more DNA in order to get it all working. However, I need to improve my biodiversity, so I think I'm going to build... What is it? This thing? Yeah, the stem cell sprouter. So if I build that over here, will that work? The upkeep is plasma or fertile ground. So I think we're going to try over here. We'll use plasma as the upkeep. We're still going to need to obviously drag a stem cell across there to get it to build. But if I do that, then we should be able to spawn our own stem cells over here and therefore maybe explore up here. I don't know if there's anything else up here that we haven't come across yet, but also it increases our biodiversity, which is what we're after, so that's good. I'm going to turn off the feeder hub temporarily just so that we can have a straight shot of getting to the stem cell sprouter. Yeah, it's challenging to get stuff up here. Can I get one more, maybe one more point of pheromone? Good, prioritize getting that done. Yeah, we don't have fertile ground, but that's okay. I have got 3 distribution machines that are distributing the resources that we need, so we should get what we need. We should get what we need, and we should start sprouting stem cells. Ooh, good. Good. That's actually quite decent. Can I build you over here? And then you up here? Let's go and explore. Oh, there's some resources up here. There's some resources. Nice. And it looks like there's light as well, which means that we can get a micro agave little operation going up here, which is great. I want you... I don't want you there. I would like you here instead. Nope, that's not possible. What about up here? Nope, doesn't look like it. Right, let's see if we can try and put down some food. This is what we need. We need food over here. This is very inconvenient because I can't scroll over any further right. We are producing stem cells now, though. So that's good. We can at least sort of drag them up relatively easily, though. This is looking good. This is looking very good. Okay, let's get a waypoint system. Up here. Yep. Up here. And up here. Beautiful. Let's get rid of that so that I can actually see what the heck I'm doing. I'm still on 14 DNA. How is that possible? I could have sworn that I was going to have more DNA by now. Do we need another grubber burrow? If I need to get another grubber burrow, I'm perfectly happy to do it. Okay, there's a few things going on up here. It's not crazy good for us. There are these old plants, which I unfortunately can't destroy. Yeah. I unfortunately can't destroy the old plants, but that's alright. I think we just try and squeeze in as many of these microalgae as we can up here. It will work. We will get some more resources, which is good. Where are we starving? It's all over here, but that's fine. That's all that we're doing is using it to generate plasma, which is what matters. We should get our 20 DNA very, very shortly. Are we able to get a decent amount of minerals? I don't know. I am going to see if we can try and get another mineral extractor over here. Yeah, let's actually get some feeder hubs in this position first. Get some feeder hubs in this position first, and then we'll also throw down... What are they? Yeah, berry grasses. So this will be the alternative. This will be the alternative to the stem cells down here. So that's good. These stem cells can come across and eat all of this food, which is glorious. And then that will allow all of this operation to get up and running relatively quickly. I think we can slime down 2 mineral extractors in this area, you know? It's going to be very tight. And maybe it's a headroom issue. Yeah, it could be a headroom issue. Oh, well. You know what? One will do. One will do. We only need a few extra minerals in order to make this work. How's this all looking? What are you complaining about? Oh, it's because we've turned on the feeder cell symbiotic feeding option, which we don't need here. Turn it all off. Cool. Alright. So, we now have a critical mass of stem cells up here. We can get more enzymes up there. That's good. No, hold on. Turn the symbiotic feeding off before we place this down. Beautiful. Okay, so that's going to give us even more plasma generation over on the right-hand side. I think that is absolutely everything that we could possibly explore. Let me guess. This area is still starving? Yeah, it's it's not a good process. It is getting us more plasma, which is good, but not a huge amount. Looks like we're having a little bit of a protein issue. We can deal with that. Toxin harvester, come on. We need one more DNA. It's got to be around somewhere. I'm going to get rid of the grubber burrow here. Yep, we don't need it anymore. You're still extracting DNA from there. That's good. Yeah, we have cut back. We've cut right back on our grubber burrow operation. Everything that the grubber burrows are doing at the moment is good, is useful. Mineral extractor, you need feeder cells. Ah, the feeder hubs are disabled because I, allowed them to get through or allowed the stem cells to get through. Hopefully, we'll be able to save that mineral extractor before it ends up dying. I think we will, probably. I think we'll be just fine. Right. Onwards to 20 DNA, please. So, here's something that I didn't actually realize, but the grubbers down here, they ain't getting... they ain't getting anything. They ain't getting anything out of this stockpile. I think they've... Well, actually, tell a lie. They've got one. But because this is a hot environment... they're just exploding. They're exploding. We're retraining them, and it is all at huge expense to our mineral pool. So you know what? Grubber burrows, get out of here. There might be some tech that allows us to change that in the future, but for now, what I have done is I have instituted a new grubber policy up here, which hopefully should mean. Yeah, because I don't think these are working either. They don't seem like they're within reach, unfortunately. So I think that grubber burrow is also queued for demolition. I'm thinking that we're just going to get our DNA from up here. It does mean that we have to reduce our number of agave plants, but I mean, that's a price that I'm perfectly willing to pay. Okay, I've finally done it. This is my 20th bit of DNA that is being put into the system there. Brilliant. Finally, at long last. That was a total waste of time. But it's fine. The Toxin harvester. Yes, it flourishes in toxin fungal patches, which is good. Let's get that built right over there. Do we need a stem cell in order to build this thing? Well, there's a stem cell nearby. We're actually pumping out a bunch of stem cells, which is great. Okay, that's our 15th plant. Very nice. This is going to produce toxins. And after we get toxins, that's going to allow us to build a Lancet hive. Useful gardeners clearing away undesirable wild growth. Oh, that's going to be so useful. That's going to be so useful because we've got loads and loads of wild growth that I would love to get rid of. And in fact, yeah, I mean, all around here, all over here, there's so much wild growth that I'd like to get rid of. Yeah, that's great. Okay, for our first Lancet hive, I think we'll start over here if we can. Somewhere. You know what? Destroy these 2 or 3 agave plants. Yeah. Okay, it's a bit of a it's a bit of a slaughter there, but that's fine. This Lancet hive doesn't need to be around forever. It just needs to sort of be doing the basics for a little while. Let's have a little look. So, we're able to train with minerals, the Lancet cells. That's cool. Anywhere else that I want to get them built? Yeah, I kind of want to build it over here. Not within range of line of sight of a hub. That's fine. We can build a hub. Build a hub right here, I suppose. That's fine. That'll do. I mean, I think the colonies center should count as a hub, but I guess it doesn't. Anywhere else that we want to clear out the old plants. I guess over here would be kind of good, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm really happy with that, to be honest. That is great. Do we have to queue it up? We absolutely do have to queue it up. But that's fine. Oh, look at that. It works. It works like an absolute charm. And the area of effect is quite large as well, so that's good. I guess it costs us DNA, or do we get DNA? I think we actually get DNA. That's sick. Okay, what's next? We've got a genetic sampler. We need a little bit more biodiversity in order to do that. What about this? A luminiflora. This plant produces light, but it requires toxins and lots of calories to do so. I mean, but if I build that down here, for example, right? If I build that down here, then what you're effectively telling me, video game, is that I could have a lovely little colony of micro agave down here. What do you require? You require protein? Well, that's okay. We've got plenty of protein coming in right now. That's brilliant. In fact, there's protein supplied locally, which is good. Right. Anything that I want to do? Yeah, I do want to chain a little bit of a stem cell train together. And we'll also put some food rations down here in order to encourage a bit of eating, which is good. Either way, I like those Lancet things. That's good. That's very good. This is the last plant that we need to build. We need 10 minerals in order to make it happen, and then we need a little bit of additional biomass. I think it's probably time that we look to get our neurons sorted again. We'll build a few of these so that we can increase our complexity, which is quite nice. And that also actually has a convenient side effect of achieving the 18 biodiversity that we were after. Right. Did all my stem cells end up dying? I think they did. They were probably eaten, to be fair. Let's get some more waypoints set up, allowing some food to be eaten along the way. It's good. The luminiflora is coming on just fine. And then once this is all set up, we should be golden. Nice. Okay, lots and lots of stem cells down here. Yeah, we should be able to grow ourselves a little food. I hope. You know what? If I'm able to keep the stem cells alive down here, then that will be better. Oh, it's the it's the feeder cells. They're having a field day. They are really enjoying. They're enjoying all the food that I provided them down here. Let's build another one of these. Another one of those. Another one of these. Another one of those. Brilliant. Okay. Destroy those two, because they're no longer with us. It's fine. It's fine. Brilliant. Okay. Light is now producing food. Fan-flippin'-tastic. A little bit more of sort of manually placed food in order to make this all sort of happen, in order to make it all sort of work. It's not within line of sight. You know what? Frankly, it doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter. It's totally fine. We're pretty much there. We've almost achieved 1 star here. That is all I am really bothered about, quite frankly. I am going to get a few more neurons. A few more neuronal connections. What the heck? Sure. Throw down a few more. There we go. Connect it all up. That is going to get me above the total of 100 biomass and complexity, which is quite nice. We still have a little bit of food down here. I mean, it's not exactly ideal, but it's kind of cool. Yeah, so it's literally just the genetic sampler that we didn't get, which is a price that I am perfectly willing to pay. Oh, achieve 100 biomass and complexity. I mean, I think I've done that. But maybe it's 100 biomass each and 100 complexity each. Frankly, I'm not that bothered. We're going to call it there. Holy cow. Primordial Empire, ladies and gents. I absolutely love this. What a great little concept for a management style game. Super unique. Really sort of fun to play around with. Really fluid. Really good fun. Check out the demo. You can check it out. I don't know when it is going to be available. Probably from when you see this video. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun with this one. And I hope you have enjoyed it as well. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, folks. I've been Orbital Potato. I'll catch you next time. Bye.